Blessings of the divine upon you, my lady. My husband and I were just sitting down for a picnic under the sun. We haven't much to offer, but would you care to join us? Nonsense, come. Sit. We are pilgrims, and pilgrims share no matter what. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to Arks like we are? Nicholas and I wouldn't miss Lucian's Day for the world. That's so lovely to hear. The more pilgrims pray for his return, the sooner Lucian will walk among us once more, just like the prophecy says. So come, let us break bread and strengthen ourselves for the journey. We have a sacred duty ahead of us in the holy city of Arks.
You eat, drink, and have a good time of it with Glory and her husband Nicholas. After the meal, you express your thanks and take your leave.
Surrounded by incompetence.
Come over
Better post
before you're buying anything.
Who will?
Bellwether, I need those reports down.
Right away.
The Magister startles, realizing there's a stranger in his midst.
What do you want, elf? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation. Ah, I see. You're sniffing around for a reward. Well, there'll be gold for anyone who helps us bring this mess to an end. Otherwise, you won't get a damn thing. The fiend's greed gave him away. He was peddling items that belonged to those missing from our ranks. He saw my men before they could seize him and fled. Hardly. By all accounts, he seemed like just another money-grubbing nobody. He must have caught my Magisters unawares. It's the only explanation. No matter, he'll face justice either way. If you catch sight of that dog, tell me or my men at once. Understand? There might even be a reward in it for you. Belson, my inkwell is dry.
Sir.
Fetch me some more.
Right away.
Bellwether, I need those reports
sir.
down.
Right away.
Please, Lucian, spare me!
My friends, for Alexander the...
Oh, the heavens!
The spirit keeps glancing back. A difficult task since his shoulders are tense as iron. How can I help?
Why the devil is this stall out in the open?
I don't have a choice. You're the one wearing those gauntlets, dragging me around this way and that. I cannot do anything to prevent it. We are bound together. If I knew the way, I'd shout until every god heard me. But I have no idea. I simply want this to end.
The chronicler puts his head in his hands, collapsing in silent defeat.
Why the devil is this stall out in the open? Oh, please, Lucian, spare me!
Taken too early. All hope destroyed. The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline.
Ah, finally! Your colleague over there is absolutely useless. I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
And wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
Oh, pity.
I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be willing to provide a fellow with his fair portion. After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen? No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds. And the waiter won't even bring me any stew. Oh, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me. Tell me, how are you with, well, Voidwoken? Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Voidwoken. It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'd do anything to get them back. Of course, of course. We'll, discuss the specifics once you've returned. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a cargo. I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
Menu
Against
simple.
all the
Eat
odds.
or drink or both.
Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most vile.
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, I look forward to beating the shite out of you then. Bye now. Till later.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes. Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pat on his elbow as he assesses you. A lascivious smile spreads across his face. His tongue darts from his mouth to lick the spittle from his lips.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? Well, I'm sure that in your own case that sentiment is almost true. But no, let me tell you the truth of the matter. My friend, the very best lovers are, whisper it, lizards. And for a barely significant sum of gold, I can introduce you to the greatest lizard lover the world has ever seen. Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave it. And I suggest you take it. It's better to regret something you did than something you didn't do, am I right?
He holds out his hand. The money vanishes into his apron.
Now, let me ask you this. What flavour of stew do you prefer? Do you like the strong and meaty variety? Or do you prefer it delicate and fragrant, if you get my meaning? Upstairs, on the second floor. His name is Zarat. Pleasure is his business. Enjoy the experience of a lifetime.
He gives you a mischievous grin, then dips his head in salute and turns away. The spirit of a magister stares dumbly at her translucent hand, the fingers of which have been sheared off.
My ring! Where's my ring?
The spirit looks at you with the smallest flicker of realization.
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me. She wanted me to feel it. All of it.
The spirit inclines her head towards the kitchen. The spirit ponders your question and seems to shiver.
Oh, in many places. I feel my body in 100 moving graves, warm and wet.
Thus ended the conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something new. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime. Normally I'd argue with you, but you do have a certain look about you. Very well. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must face some difficult questions. Are you prepared to answer?
He stares at you for a few torturing moments.
My first question. Are you hungry? Actually, that's not quite what I mean. But you eat flesh. When you look at me, what do you see? A dwarf? A bard? A meal?
What can I get you?
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand through his greasy hair.
An elf craves those memories like an addict craves Drudene. A pity that you turn to the dead for emotional sustenance. Would you not rather form bonds with the living? I suspect you collect memories not for knowledge, but from fear. Your homeland fell to the ravages of war and death fog. You worry of more loss, more loneliness. Tell me, elf, are you afraid?
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. I have completed another modern classic. Listen now, and bask in its resounding refrain. An elf collects the wisdom of the ages. Learned from flesh and bone both left behind. Fill up on tales lived by cultures past.
Don't expect
A
no
feast
small
not for the belly,
portions.
but the
Same
mind.
size and price for everyone.
Alas, they lose themselves to ancient
Stop
worlds.
peering over my shoulder.
Lost in memory, present gone from sight. But threatened by the void, they rise together, chasing off the darkness with the light.
Sparkle, twinkle,
That divine voice, that glorious visage. You are fair, elf, but Barstan's allure is unsurpassed. Such a face could only be sculpted by the hands of a god.
nice out. Never understood elves, though. Too much thinking. Too much fighting.
Alas, they lose themselves.
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should have cut off the Meister's head and burned the rest. Gotta make sure it don't grow back.
Threatened by the void.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No wonder Papa Thrash gives him the stink any time he tries to go downstairs.
What would I do without you, fruits?
Don't expect no small portions. Same size and price for everyone.
Stop peering over me shoulder.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile. She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber liquor.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for an elf, but all the more impressive. You and my Niles might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those. Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles. Here, have a little something to eat. Niles' favourite, you know. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste. Well, if he ever comes back home for a visit, I'm sure he'd be happy to show you. Anyhow, what can I get you? We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your ribs, I'd flag down Loverick and get yourself a bowl of the house stew. Coming right up, darling?
Throw him in a hole for
Get you something, friend.
They lose themselves to ancient worlds.
Smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Lost in memory, present gone from sight. And threatened by the void, they rise together, chasing off the
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails of 2 fingers, she's pressing red welts into her forearm. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
And that's...
Her eyes go wide with panic.
The fog came over 'em all of 'em, and they never came out. Everyone I know is dead. Excuse me.
They rise together, chasing off the darkness.
Caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I?
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
The town is poor, but this room is rich.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself, and somewhere nearby you hear a bell ringing.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass.
Or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me.
Then you're an idiot.
And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad. I'm haunted by my crew. They ring the bell to drive me mad. Please, make it stop.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Besides...
You're willing to risk Fort
Well
Joy
now,
for one
how's my
night
favourite
dinner?
god woken?
Ivan smiles and salutes at you.
You've got
What?
to pick who you can trust.
The bell rings.
You got that right, Hilka.
Turn.
You got that right.
And I'm saying it's a shame, it is.
An absolute shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. Poor dear.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick and avoid woken on me.
You said it, Hilka. You're a true patriot.
The bell rings a
What do
warning
you
and
want,
the tide
tree
is on the
stock?
turn.
Huh. I want another beer and a bowl of stew. Which of us is more likely to get what they want, do you think? Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help us settle an argument. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Who rings the bell?
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka.
Thatcher bursts out laughing. Eden goes bright red.
And I'm saying you can trust.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting a magister. Two magisters. The magisters.
If I can get Alexander.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected. Thatcher looks amused.
You're right about that.
Disrespecting one magister's enough. Go on. Get lost.
She turns back to her drink.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf things.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
Sawdust and wolves, mother. Sawdust and wolves.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, Mother.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance. He's still asleep.
Leave me alone, Mother.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
It's mine. Get off.
He goes back to sleep.
And you can't be too careful, you know. If they can get Alexander, they can any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilda.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Of course it's not true.
Your beard, my lord.
Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
Of course it's not true.
Better watch yourself, lass. Got greedy eyes on you. Sets me on edge.
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment.
Ifan bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs. The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roost thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract. Hear that? Roost's camped out at the sawmill.
You've got a pig you can trust.
Smile all you want.
You got that right,
I'm not in
Hilda.
love with you.
You got that right.
So, Roost is at a sawmill. Let's pay him a visit, shall we?
She smiles. Her eyes are dark pools brimming with anticipation.
Must be an awful lot of fun toys to be had at a sawmill.
Well now, how's my favorite Godwoken? An old lone wolf colleague of mine in disguise. Callow. He's hunting Godwoken, but don't worry. I didn't tell him our little secret. Poor fellow'd have an attack of the bloody flux if he knew what was really going on.
Why do you shiver, sir? This room is temperate enough, is it not?
Ifan bites his lip and laughs.
That'll be tough for you to say without any teeth. But be my guest. Give it a whirl. Don't worry. I'm not going to hand you in for the bounty. Sure, you could do the very same to me. I think we should know who hunts us and why. Just play it cool. We go in, we get answers, we leave. Nothing more to it than that.
From the glint in his eye and the wicked smile he wears, you can tell he speaks in jest.
All right. It has the potential to get messy. Very messy indeed. But I've got your back if you've got mine.
Ifan smiles and salutes at you.
Yes? You have an ever so curious definition of happiness. I've picked up the scent I searched for. Such a happening comes coupled with very different emotions indeed. The cat, when it's about to pounce, isn't happy. It simply is.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Besides, there's business to take care of.
That would be my stomach, my lord. Perhaps I could go downstairs for a bit of stew?
Absolutely not. The coffers...
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. He fixes you with a sultry look, and when he speaks, it's like listening to honeyed gravel.
I'm so glad you came, but your friends will have to leave.
He turns his back on you and waits for your companions to leave.
Of course it's not.
A lizard, tall and beautiful...
Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just the handsome gardener. I was in here watering the plants, and I saw these robes. I couldn't resist their silky touch. Please, don't punish me. I'm so sorry, madam. I shall remove these clothes immediately. But mistress, these clasps and straps, they're so difficult for my strong and yet sensitive and playful fingers. Would you...
A mischievous glint appears in the dark of his eye as he turns his back to you.
mind helping me?
He holds the robe to him, turns to face you. A mischievous smile plays across his lips. Then he lets the robe fall to the floor. His mouth opens to form a perfect O of mock horror. Then he grins.
Why don't you pick it up for me, sugar?
He reaches down, grabs you by the back of the head. You allow him to pull you to him. Your world explodes in bliss.
Good morning, lovebirds.
Good morning, Gil. Hey, this is my lover. Lover, this is my friend Gil.
Shut it, Longbow.
I'm sorry, darling. It's a setup. You paid for a trip to paradise. Now you're paying for the return journey.
To wit, we're taking all your stuff. If you want it back, you can take it up with Lohar. Reckon that's for you to figure out.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you. course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
Of course it's not true. I'm not in love with you.
Oh, my darling, you're so very good at what you do. I hope you're not sore about what just happened.
He returns the smile with interest.
It was worth it, wasn't it? Now, baby, you should leave. Oh, darling, I've forgotten you already.
Of course it's not
You've
true.
got to pick who you can trust.
You got that?